right, next on our list of 5 tools you need to learn is the spot healing brush. And of course, it's located on the left side of the workspace in the toolbar right here. And as you click on it and then bring the brush into the image, you'll notice it's circular. And we can make this brush bigger by hitting the right bracket key, and then make it smaller by hitting the left bracket key. And we've identified 3 areas of sensor dust that we definitely need to get rid of, and that would be here, here, and then there's some up here in this dark area right there. So we're going to go ahead and work on those areas. Let's go ahead and go to 100% magnification by hitting Command 1, and we'll come in and isolate this area. And immediately you can see that the brush is substantially larger than the area we want to correct. And we want to reduce that just a little bit by hitting the left bracket key to just about there. And then click on it, and you can see it's magically corrected. Hold the space bar, drag up to the next area we want to correct, and we want to enlarge this just a bit. Click on it, and it's gone. It's that simple, and it works that well, really well, as a matter of fact. And then this area right here, we can paint just a little bit to get rid of that. And then one thing I would advise you to do on your landscape shots that have skies in them, you want to survey the image just like this. Go across and then down, and then across again. You want to make sure and survey the image and find all that sensor dust. Because I did this one time and I didn't survey the image, and I sent it out to be printed, and it came back and you could see that sensor dust so well. And so you want to make sure that you get all that sensor dust. And of course, the best thing to do is keep your sensor clean. Have it cleaned every now and then. Now on this image, we want to try to get rid of this cell phone tower. So I'm going to make the brush very, very small to about right there. And then I'm going to click on this and then drag. And this is an experiment. It doesn't work every single time, but when it does work, it works really well. So we'll let go of the mouse, and we see that it did a decent job, but there is a little bit of delineation right here. So I'm just going to tap it. I'm going to tap it a little bit, maybe. Try to smooth that out some. And I think that's good enough. It's a tiny little area of the image, so it's not going to be too terribly prevalent. Now, it's not perfect, but I think it's good enough for what we're doing right now. Let's go Command 0 to go back to full view, and I think that's going to work a lot better. Let's look at another example of how we would use the spot healing brush, and I think you can immediately see what we're going to do here. So let's go ahead and navigate to these areas. This is Laura. She has these 3 moles on her face that she refuses to get rid of, so I always have to do this touch-up whenever I take her picture. All right, I'm going to make the brush just a little smaller right there. Click on it, and it goes away. And then I'm going to make the brush just a bit bigger on this particular one. Go ahead and click on it, and it goes away. Now, this area right here is not quite so easy. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. We've got this mole that's on a bright to dark border, and sometimes it doesn't work, but let's just see what we get. And I'm not happy with that because it left a little dimple, and then it created, let's get in tighter on it. You see that gray area right there? So that's why sometimes you have to experiment. It's not perfect, but when it works really well. It's just bringing that little area of darkness. So we'll use another tool to fix this particular area. And so I'm going to go back and leave it. Now let's look at another use. As we did the cell phone tower in the previous image, let's work on some of these creases in her face. And I'm going to bring this over, let go, and look at that. Look at how that is repaired. Now, these 2 I don't want to get rid of. It's just part of her smile. So I want to go ahead and just work on some of these little dark areas. And this is how you would touch up a portrait. Just go to all these little areas and just click on them. And most of the time, you'll get an excellent result. But be sure and watch, because sometimes it just doesn't work every single time to perfection. So, and then let's try this little area of wrinkle in her forehead, and that worked real well. Let's try this one. And then we'll reduce the size of the brush to right there. Get rid of that dimple. And it's amazing how many flaws you can find in a person's skin when you zoom in close and start looking at the pores. And I'm just hunting and pecking right now. I mean, she's obviously an attractive woman, but there are flaws. Every person has flaws in their face. And when you pick up a magazine cover and you look at that perfect skin, there was a lot of Photoshop that went into making that skin absolutely perfect. Let's go back out to full view on the image, and we can see the obvious improvements on this image. So we'll go to before and then after, and you can see the results. So there's the spot healing brush. Now let me show you the settings in the options bar up here. Of course, the mode should be normal. One thing that you need to be aware of, though, is that the spot healing brush works a lot better when you have 100% hardness. If you have all the softened, feathered edges, then it just doesn't work as well. So set your hardness at 100% and you'll get a much better result. Now, in terms of type, you want content aware, create texture, and proximity match. Leave this unchecked, and you can just leave this as the default setting. Come in, play with it, practice with it, and I think you'll love it in Photoshop.